Hey everybody! Ooh, well, you're probably wondering what all this is right here. This is in honor of the award season. You know, the Oscars are this Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to the Oscars. I love the Oscars. I saw several of the movies already, and I just can't wait, to see what wins and things like that. That's my favorite time of year. I can't see a freaking thing, so give me just 1 second here. Oh, okay, that's better. I thought these would work. I need prescribed glasses, and these aren't prescribed. I just wanted to add a little bit of glitz, but I still have my little hat here. So anyway, I'm gonna do a book tag for you today, and I thought I want to do something that combines awards, movies, and books. So that's like all three. So this is a movie month. This is the last movie month for Project 52. Um, I wanted to do a segment where I would say what my predictions would be for what I think will win, like I did for the Golden Globes. But I thought, well, that'll get a little bit long, and so what I'm going to do here is the way this book tag works. I'm going to kind of do two things here. Um, the way the book tag works is you have a category, best whatever, and there's a question relating to books that associates with that category. And I thought, okay, with that category, I'm gonna put like in the lower thirds. I'm gonna put what movie I think will win, what movie or person I think will win from that in that category. So keep watching for them. They'll be right down here in the lower thirds. And the details about the book tag is that I'm I this is really by someone named Bookadoodles, and I'm sort of doing it via Cassidy something. I've tried saying her name before, but I'm gonna say her name right here. I'm gonna write her name over here, and I can't pronounce it. It's probably French, and I should know it. So Cassidy, if you're watching this, tell me how to pronounce your name. I would love to know. So I'm really doing it just under her inspiration, but it's really by Bookadoodles. So let's get to that. So the first category is, oh, for me, oh my goodness, oh, for best segment in Project 52. Oh, so flattering. Um, I want to thank John Green. I wouldn't have started Project 52 if it wasn't for his inspiration. I wish I could thank my 11 subscribers. You're no help, but if I get more subscribers, hopefully that number will keep going up. Let's get more subscribers here. So, oh, so flattering. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so the first category is best leading actor, and that's the best your favorite male protagonist, and you know who this is. I I've said him before. Judd, my guy Judd. I again, I relate to him so much. He and I are buddies. He's my buddy, and Judd, you're such a good character, and I I just relate to him so much. He is. I connected with him. I when he felt sad, I sort of felt sad for him. When he was happy, I was happy for him. I just connected with him so well. I love Judd. I This isn't the first time any of you've seen that, um, but yeah, I would say him. And remember, yeah, keep watching for these disclaimers. This one I'm not so sure of. I said the theory of everything, but I'm also looking at Michael Keaton for Birdman. But anyway, I'm moving on. Okay, so a best leading actress is your favorite female protagonist, and again, you know who this is. It's Olivia. I'm covering my award. Um, Olivia and we connect with each other too. She's like the kind of woman who can because I said how she was one of my favorite fictional girlfriends last week, And so I figured, well, you know how much I love her. I said this last week how we think the same way and stuff like that. And I really like her, and I think she's a strong woman here. If you want to, since I like just said this last week, if you want to watch the fictional girlfriend segment to see what I said about her, so then I'll leave it with that. Okay, so the third category is best cinematography, and that's best plot twist. And I said The Heiresses, um, because I figured a mystery would be like perfect for. I want that still in the shot. I figured a mystery would be kind of perfect because mystery books are all about plot twists, so it's kind of self-explanatory. It's kind of easy to choose a mystery, and this is a standalone mystery. And I say it's plot twist because you know there's characters you suspect for something, but then there's another character you didn't expect that would be. So I kind of I don't want to say so much because just to avoid spoilers and things like that. So just if you read this book at least, then you know what I'm talking about. So I'll leave it with that. And yeah, I figured mystery would be like the perfect genre to use for that question. Now for best costume design, the fourth one is your favorite book cover. And oh, this is kind of tough, but I narrowed it down. Well, I'll say it. It's Laura Lamont's Life in Pictures by Emma Straub. I thought, okay, I'll narrow it down if talking about costume design. So I figured I'll find a book cover with a human on the cover with a human. It's a minimalist cover, but that take of a 1920s woman. So I thought, okay, it's perfect because it's. I mean, this takes place in the 1920s when flapper dresses and gangster suits were everywhere, and in the movie Chicago won best picture and best costume design, and I kind of also um, based on that win for best costume design. I thought, okay, something else 1920s, so I kind of went for Laura Lamont's Life in Pictures. And this is a confession: I didn't read this book, but it's on my to-read list, so I know I'm going to get to it soon. Um, so I just wanted to say that. So moving on. Okay, number five is Best Supporting Actor, and that's your favorite um, supporting male character. And I, I have a few. This was kind of tricky, but I said Mr. Franca from Sleeping Freshmen Never Lie, which I just finished. And Mr. Franca, he's an English teacher, and he's Scott's English teacher, and he was very motivating. He motivated Scott. He was very friendly. He encouraged him, and I I'm not going to say who. And if you're watching this, I'm a little embarrassed. But I have a the way Scott related to Mr. Franca. I can relate because I have teachers that I grow so close to and warm up to so easily. Just because based on how I deal with that, and I liked how Scott um, got along very well with Mr. Franca, and he doesn't show up much, the teacher, um, but I still I still liked what the teacher popped up, and if unnamed teacher was looking at me right now, I not now you see me with the little hat, it's just a little more embarrassing. So I'm gonna move on. Okay, the next one is best supporting actress, and that's the female favorite supporting female character. And I'm going to say Sybil from A Match Made on Madison because when I first saw Sybil, I thought that she was just going to be Vanessa's friend, you know, not too essential to the story, but it turned out she was. Some of the story revolved around her character, and I thought it's just really interesting. She kind of starts out as just a friend, but then becomes part one of the main elements of the story, and it's just interesting. Because there are times you can connect with Sybil, and you can relate to her. You can have feel sympathy for her and stuff like that. And I kind of liked how she might have come off like that at the beginning to some people. I didn't think she was. So I kind of liked that. I wasn't expecting how essential she'd become to the story. Okay, question 7 is best original screenplay, and that's the most unique or creative world in a book. And I chose Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore because for any of you who love bookstores, it's not like any bookstore you've ever been to before. It's in some ways it's a little eerie. It's a very odd bookstore. It's right there in the title, 24-hour bookstore. But then in the first chapter, it's described as like as unusually tall and narrow and thin and where like with rickety ladders and um, just it's not like any bookstore that's nice and small and or if it's a chain like Barnes and Noble or something like that. But I mean, it's not like a bookstore that's a good size and because Barnes and Noble isn't it's not narrow and thin. It's not like an alley. This was very thin bookstore. It wasn't thin. It was narrow, and it was just so unique, and really not like any bookstore I've ever been to before. Number 8 is best adapted screenplay, and that's the best book to movie adaptation. And I said Sideways by Rex Bickett. I will say that the movie did change stuff. It changed things, but the thing is, I loved this book and I loved the movie version of this. And um, they were both really good despite the fact that a few parts of it were not the same at all. And that there was some stuff in here that in the book that was not in the movie. But despite that, both are very, very good. I love Miles and Maya, Jack, and everyone. And um, fun fact: the movie version of Sideways actually did win Best Adapted Screenplay. I thought I'd point that out. So both very good, despite the differences and things like that. But still, both very very good. It was a good movie, and this is a great book. So number 9 is Best Animated Film, and I that's a book that could work as an animated movie. But I don't know. Whenever I read a book and I imagine it how it goes on in my head, it's always live action. So I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I did say my prediction. I didn't see any of those movies in that category, but I said it anyway, just so I can say something for my prediction. Okay, number 10 is Best Director, and that's an author you discovered for the first time. Now, I have many names in my list of books. I've discovered many authors. So there's there's just so many to choose from. But I do have an answer, and I'm really proud of it, and it's John Green. I I said his name a few minutes ago, and I wouldn't start. I would have started Project 52. I would have started vlogging if it weren't for inspiration from John Green. I subscribe to his channel, Vlog Brothers, with his brother Hank is also in it, and I loved these books too. They were really really good, and I just I I wouldn't I just wouldn't have and started this if it weren't for John Green. If you're watching this, which I don't know if you are or not, I doubt you are, but if you ever do, you are. I wish we were buddies, and um, I just wanna say how much I love these books and how much I love the Fault in Our Stars movie. I'll confess I never read the book, but I loved the movie. But I'm gonna move on because I can just talk so much about John Green. Okay, number 11 is best visual effects, and that's the best action in a book. And I said Dark Witch because just because it's a fantasy book. You know, when you have a fantasy book, it's kind of predictable that one would choose fantasy, kind of like when we choose mystery for the best cinematography one, because mystery is all about plot twists and fantasy is all about action and things like that and effects. And so I figured, well, it's self-explanatory. So I figured out, in Dark Witch, it's book one of a trilogy which called Cousins O'Dwyer, but I still have yet to look into books 2 and 3. Um, but I'll get to that eventually sometime. I figured I'll consider a fantasy book just for for action references. Okay, number 12 is best original score, and that's best music in a book adaptation. And I cheated here because I didn't choose a book, but I did choose a movie that's adapted from a play. Um, I chose Finding Neverland, um, because it was based on a play by Alan Nee called "The Man Who Was Peter Pan," and it was about how James Matthew Barry spent time with the family and was inspired to write Peter Pan, which is what this movie is about too. And it's one of my favorite Johnny Depp performances. And I thought, okay, the music in this, it's great, and it's just emotional, and it's like really beautiful. And this movie won Best Original Score, had 7 nominations, and Best Original Score was the only one it won. So I really hope this counts because this movie did win Best Original Score. And it was adapted from a play, so that's 2 reasons why this should count. Because a play is technically a book. So moving on. So question 13 is best short film, and that's your favorite short book or novella. And you'll see I have 2 titles here because there's a short film live action and a short film animated, and I just said both. So, and I haven't seen any of the short films, so I really don't know if those are correct or not. I've never seen this, but anyway, the book I chose is Glaciers, and I guess you consider this a novella. I don't really know what novella is. I just know it's like a short novel, but I don't know what books are considered novellas. And um, this is 174 pages. It's 174 pages. And I remember the day I got this, I got through the first 70, and that was quite long. I can't actually read 70 pages in a day, but it's amazing because the chapters are very short. It's very thin too. So I figured this one could count. And it's a nice book too. It's kind of cute and kind of homey. Reminds you of your childhood and stuff. So I say this for best short film. Okay, so question 14 is best picture, and that's your favorite standalone book. And um, I this was a hard choice because the book I'm going to show you, I already showed you earlier in this segment. Um, and this is where I leave you. I consider this one of the best books I've ever read. It pulled so many emotions out of me, so many emotions, and um, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. So the last one, number 15, is best documentary, and there's two there's like best documentary short and there's feature. So I'm putting both of them down here, even though I haven't seen any of them. And that's anyway, best documentary is your favorite nonfiction book, and I sing Eat, Pray, Love. because it's about a woman who's trying to. It's one of those self-discovery movies about a woman trying to um, really find her what she's like meant for in life. So she goes to eat in Italy, and she learns how to pray in India, and balance those two with learning to love in Indonesia. And um, I'm also not really the target audience of this book, um, but but despite that, I think that shouldn't stop me. You know, I can read whatever I want. I shouldn't have to worry about that. But the movie was also really good, and this book was good too. I did like some of the stories. I'll admit I liked the Italy and Indonesia stories, but India not so much. But um, I yeah I because it's a woman trying to like find herself kind of story. So that was the Bookish Academy Awards tag, and it was created by someone named Bookadoodles, but I was inspired to do it by Cassidy, so it was via Cassidy, and I don't know how to say her name. I uh, Vlanich. I think it's Vlanich. I don't know. I wrote it on the screen earlier. I just never saw her say her name, but I included her because I was inspired by. I was um, inspired to do it by her, and I also hope you watched the Academy Awards. I know I'm going to. I love the Academy Awards. I love that's one of my favorite times of year, all the awards season. And I feel free to say in the comments, you know, if you disagree or agree with some of my predictions, including the ones I haven't even seen, like best short film, and I haven't seen any foreign movies or documentaries because I've never seen those. So but it was also a way to make a video for my Oscar predictions, like I did the Golden Globe predictions. But I thought I want to do the Bookish Academy Awards tag, and I only want to do it once a week. So that's why I included. I managed to include both. Um, so I can't. That means I didn't get to say my prediction for best art direction or editing or original song even, and just. But anyway, I hope you watch the Academy Awards too, and I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe. I want more subscribers.